So good morning to all. Hope you all are doing great. So today in this video we'll be discussing about Vikas Multicorp. So it has been many days we have not discussed about Vikas Multicorp, although we have discussed the technicals of the company. So before the AGM itself we have discussed some key points regarding Vikas Multicorp. So what can be done and what are the changes regarding the management as well. So completely we have discussed each and every point, also the notice which they have declared. So we have gone through all of that and also we have discussed some important point. So if you have not watched that video, definitely you can watch that as well. So today we'll see the share movement. So we'll see the technical charts as well as we'll do the volume analysis. Since many days we know that the stock has remained in a consolidation phase, even though we are seeing 80 to 90% buying in this stock, even it is not giving that much amount of up move. Okay, consolidation is going on. So we'll try to find out what can be done. So everything will be discussed, and also we'll discuss about bulk deals, that is recent bulk deals in the October month. So what are the various transactions that happened? So we'll discuss that. So watch the video till end, and if you're new to the channel then definitely subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get instantly notified. So if you see the current market cap of Vikas Multicorp, so you can see currently it is near 471 crore, and if we see the dividend yield, so no dividend is given by the company, and if you see industry PE, you can see it is around 45.68, and currently you can see the PE is almost at 355. So slightly we can say the PE is also reduced. So earlier it used to be almost 400-500, so that is has also reduced because of continuous lower circuits from the 20 rupees level. So if you see deliveries percentage, so currently you can see deliveries percentage is 71.45%. So we are seeing little bit of increase in deliverable quantity as compared to the previous sessions. So we'll compare it on weekly, monthly average so that we'll have an idea. So if we see on 12th October, we have seen almost 77.8% deliverable quantity, and if you compare with 6 months monthly as well as weekly average, so percentage wise we are seeing a little increase, but trade quantity is present as usual. So the movement that we want, that is the upper circuit movement, is not still generated in the company. So since it has given continuous upward move, again continuous fall, so it will take a halt. So that happens in almost a stock which gives continuous upper circuit. Again when it corrects, so it takes a consolidation gap. So same like if we see Alok Industries, so those companies also, when they've given continuous upper circuit, so again when they fall though, so they take again a break. So that is what is called consolidation phase. So again whether to go up or whether to go down completely depends on the management as well as the quarter results. So if the quarter results are good and also the management is taking some good measures, so definitely it will go to its upward journey. But if it fails to do that, so in case of Alok Industries, if there is a delay in quarter results, if there is a delay in response by the management, so again it depends on the downward movement. So two-side movement may be present. So currently it's in consolidation phase, so you need to understand this concept. So that's why I'm discussing about that. So we know that when we discussed in our previous videos regarding the various bulk deals that happened in Vikas Multicorp, so we discussed about Aviator Global, so that was the one company, and also Alankit Investment, so we discussed about that as well. So we know that recently also another bulk deal has happened, so that is on 28th September. We have seen, I think most of you are familiar regarding Alantosh Pharmaceutical Private Limited. So it has bought almost how many shares? So you can clearly see it has bought almost 1 crore shares at 8.55 rupees level. So one doubt or one question arises. So if it is buying this much amount of shares at that point, that then who is selling at that particular point? So when there is a seller only, there will be a buyer. So anyone who is selling at that particular point of time, so this particular company has bought at that particular level. So let's see who has sold at that particular level. So if we see the insider trading, so clearly when you see the insider trading, so this is updated on 3rd of October. So if you see the management is selling their stake, so which is a little bit of negative point. So I discussed clearly, whenever this sort of activities are taking place, you need to be very cautious and you should not invest in heavy amounts. So same example as case of Chemcon. So Chemcon also, what happened when insider trading is heavy, so continuously the stock will start correcting. So that is what happened in Vikas Multicorp. So you can see Mrs. Seema Garg. Okay, she has also sold. She is also member of the management. Mr. Vikas Garg, owner. Mr. Vaibhav Garg. So they have also sold. You can see how much amount of shares on 28th September. So on 28th September, so all these people have sold their holdings, and also Mr. Nand Kishore Garg. So all his family members along with the management, they have sold their respective stakes, and which has led to that much amount of shares which the pharmaceutical company has bought at that particular level. Okay, so same transactions happened on the same day. After that, we have seen some buying in the stock, and it has remained in a consolidation phase. Okay, so clearly I think you're able to understand what is happening. So clearly management are exiting from their positions, and these companies are buying at that particular level, which is little bit of negative thing that you need to remember. So if you see money flow index as well as RSI, so clearly money flow index is near 62.6. So almost we can say from the overbought region, it has settled little bit down, not in oversold region. So in mid range it is present. If you see RSI is in 24, so completely strength of the stock is reduced, as well as the money flow index is showing in the mid range. So you need to understand this. Strength is not present for the stock, but volume is not increasing. So that is the major difference why the stock is not increasing. Okay, strength is present. So strength, when it will reduce, obviously strength should increase. To strength to increase, we need volume. So that volume is not being generated. So management is not taking the responsibility to again invest in this stock. So that is what the stock has remained in this particular condition. Okay. So if we see the returns of in just 1 month span, if we see, it has given almost negative returns of almost minus 46%. In 1 week only 1.42% returns were reported. 3 months, 6 months and 1 year, we know that it has given some decent returns. So in short span of time, it has given huge returns. So people have bought near 1 rupees, so they might be having a good profit. Okay, so what next? So what can be done? So that we'll discuss on technical charts. So before going to the technical charts, if you see the market depth, so clearly you'll understand opening itself, we are seeing almost 82.55% buying, and rest of all is in selling. But whenever we see these type of conditions, we expect little bit of movement in the stock. So that is not happening. So little bit of operator activity is present. So even though the percentage wise we are seeing buying is seen, but stock price is not increasing. So manipulation is occurring. So that much heavy volumes are not present. So that is the meaning of that. So as usual, when you're trying to invest in any penny stock, so remember one thing, that you need to always invest in small portions, especially in these type of companies where insider trading is happening. That is strictly we'll say negative point. So all the family members, all the management people are, when they are exiting from their position, so little bit of negative condition will be present, that you need to analyze. So you should also see these type of transactions, whether they're occurring on a regular basis or not. So when they're happening on regular basis, so obvious that penny stock will remain penny stock itself. Okay, it will not go beyond that. So when management is not utilizing it properly, then definitely penny is penny, and it will continue in that phase. It will increase, again it will fall, again it will increase, again it will fall. So that will be the entire drama of these companies. Okay, hope everything is clear. So now we'll see the technical charts. We'll see what are the supports and resistances. Okay, so when we see the technical chart, so clearly we can see, since we can say 4 to 5 days, we have seen some consolidation in this particular stock. So even the market sentiment is little bit of, we can say, negative. So even though it yesterday also, when it was 0.2, 0.4 positive as well, so most of the stocks, especially mid cap stocks, they were beaten down. So heavy fall was seen even in the IPOs that we have discussed. So they have also corrected very much. So this particular stock, obvious that when market condition is negative, so it has not given any major downfall. So that is a good indication for people have bought at that particular levels. So when we discussed around this particular level about before the AGM. So we discussed always invest in small portions, because major changes and major announcements were not present. Only decent management changes on cycle basis they were changing. So that is was the major change. And currently if you want to invest, you can I'm saying that risk will be present. If you're risk taking investor, then only you can invest at 7 rupees level. So people who are for long term view, so they need to see even the management point of view. So because long term implies that once you invest, you hold for a certain period of time. So will it give that much amount of returns for that period of time? So it depends on the management as usual, since continuous selling is seen by them, so we can't trust the management. So that is one major point to remember. Okay, so this is what is the support, 7 rupees. So targets cannot be discussed because consolidation phase is there. So it should give breakout from 8 rupees above. So if it gives movement 8 rupees above, so then only we can say that further movement will occur. Okay, so hope everything is clear. So we've discussed everything, some key factors about Vikas Multicorp. So next videos we'll discuss about another stock. So until then, take care. Bye bye.